I can't get you out of my head. Been stuck inside my bed, got me so messed up. Now I've got to confess.
Hi, I'm Cindy. I'm the admin of SoCal Asian Connection, and I wanted to introduce one of our members. He is a talented musician. Could you tell us more about yourself?
Yeah, of course. First of all, Cindy, thank you so much for agreeing to do this interview. Actually, this is our first time meeting each other. We've been pen pals for quite some time. So it's an absolute honor for you to be here. My name is Dewey. My artist name is theoneDNA, and I am an Orange County-based singer-songwriter. I've been singing all my life, and it wasn't up until like the age of 10 when I knew I wanted to pursue it professionally. And now here I am, 26, so we're manifesting the dream. I'm also excited to announce that my debut single, Boy Got You My Mind, is officially out on all streaming platforms. Really hope that you can come check it out and support. The music video for it is also out on my YouTube channel. It's a super cute, lighthearted summer bop. And yeah, I'm really super proud of how it turned out. Well, I actually wrote this song back in 2019. I remember vividly how it came to be. I was in the shower, TMI. Yeah, I was just humming to myself, just trying to figure out a catchy melody and all that stuff. And yeah, and then the hook manifested itself in the shower. And I was like, wait, hold up. So I was drenched, mind you. I went out, grabbed my phone, and then I just started recording. And I was like, wait, this is it. So I just took a quick shower because I was just itching to hop on my computer and start arranging the demo and all that. I was in the zone. So I got out of the shower. I went to my mini home studio setup, and we started expanding on the idea. And I guess within less than an hour, I had the skeleton down, and I was like, yeah, this song is it. Then I put the demo for it, and it basically sat in my archive for a minute. And fast forward to 2021, recorded it professionally at OC Hit Factory, which is in Tustin, also where I recorded my EP. And yeah, the producer that I work with, he took it home, and I'm super grateful with how it all turned out. And here we are now. It's finally out.
You must be excited to finally share it with everybody.
And also the music video for it, it's on my YouTube channel, so you can definitely check it out as well. It was a very, very fun project, and I'm just so grateful for everyone, cast and crew, who came through and made it happen. So, love you.
So, Dewey, I wanted to ask you, how long have you been in the industry?
Sure. So, as I mentioned, I've been singing all my life. I knew I wanted to pursue it as a career choice when I was 10 or 11. And yeah, and then throughout my entire career, I performed local events, and at the time I had the local church, several community events as well, talent shows, trying to hone in my craft and just having a good time on stage and connecting with the crowd. I've been in the industry for quite a while as an independent artist.
Yeah. That is definitely a passion, because you're still doing it and you still really enjoy it.
Yes.
I wanted to ask this as well. So you said that you also have a day job. So this singing, musician, career path is not a full-time thing right now.
Yes.
So what is your day job?
To dive deeper into my life, I work corporate. So that's pretty much my Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. I honestly don't really see myself doing that forever. The ultimate goal is obviously being a performer, being in the entertainment industry. I'm just trying to be practical right now until I reach a point where I can solely rely on my music as my primary source of income. You gotta pay the bills, right? It's definitely a lot, but it's definitely a good experience. Ideally, I would love to get to the point where I don't have to juggle that day job anymore.
Right.
Yeah, so we're manifesting.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of work to balance trying to survive and do that corporate job, and then also pursue this passion of yours. You're not signed to a label, so you don't work under any kind of company or...
Not yet.
Everything's independent.
Everything's independent, for now. I'm really trying to enjoy the creative process and the process of growing and evolving as much as I can. Just really try to take it for what it is. And I'm super grateful because it has honestly helped shape me into the artist that I am today.
What is something you would tell your younger self now that you wish you knew back then to make it easier breaking in?
Whew, what a hard-hitting question. We love that. Damn, I have a lot of advice that I would like to give my younger self, but we'd be here all day if I were to do that. But I feel like the common theme really is to not be afraid of stepping out of your comfort zone. I mean, I can't even tell how many times I honestly feel I've missed out on so many opportunities let slip by just because I was afraid. I was afraid of failing. I was insecure. insecure, petrified that I wasn't good enough. So which hindered me from a lot of things. And even today too, like sometimes like I still catch myself questioning like, oh, like should I do this? Like should I go? Should I not go? Actually, like the open mic that I mentioned earlier, I was like honestly contemplating, attending that event too because the insecurities kicked in. It happens. I'm getting better at it though. But I pushed those voices aside and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go. What's the harm of going? I'm just gonna go there, have a good time, connect with people, and that's what it's all about, right? So I went, and that's a common theme that I've been trying to implement into my life this past year. I feel like it's really paying off because this year alone I've been able to do so many things. Just a couple months ago, I went to Nashville for the first time, and that was a pretty amazing experience. I sang my originals. I was with a group, and we all got the chance to sing our originals in front of record label publishers and executives. Recording my debut EP last year, and then now my debut single is out for everyone to hear. So I'm just really thankful for all the great things that happened in my life recently, and I owe a lot of it to not just me having that belief in myself. I didn't do this alone. I had the support of my friends and family, and they really helped me navigate through the obstacles, and they all reassured me. I just feel really thankful to be in a good place in my life right now. And there's nowhere else to go but up from here.
That's really beautiful to hear that you have so many people to support you. So you're working in an artistic career.
Yes.
So does your family support you through this?
Yes, I've been fortunate enough to say that my parents have been supportive of my career. Actually, fun fact, I was born in Australia. And a little over 12 years ago, my family made the executive decision to move halfway across the world to live here, to achieve the American dream that everyone, was raving about. My parents, wanted a better future. They wanted a clean slate, a fresh start. They have their goals, and I have two younger brothers, and I'm sure they have their own goals too. For me, I wanted something more out of my music career, and we all agreed that, being in America, we just felt like there were more opportunities. So we made the move, and here we are 12 years later.
That's amazing. So your parents have always been supportive, even as a child, through adulthood for your music career.
For sure. Now looking back, I know that they were just watching out for my best interest, and I know that they've always been supportive. But during my formative years, stepping into prepubescent, young adulthood, whatever, my teenage years. I was a brat. I thought it was it, because puberty hit me later on in life, so I was the voice soprano in school, so I could get all the high notes, and I guess it, got to my head a little bit. But that was a time. We don't know her anymore. We're better now. Yeah, we don't know her. I was still living with my parents, and I would practice around the house, and my mom, she was around more, to give me feedback and stuff, and she would be pretty brutal sometimes, tough love, if you would. Yeah, she would say things that I didn't want to hear, and I took it personally, and I'd be like, why are you giving me a hard time? You don't support me at all. It was a woe is me victim mentality, but I was bratty. Now reflecting upon it, they were just watching out for me. They just really wanted me to be successful, within my own career path. So, thanks, Mom and Dad.
That's really beautiful to hear, because I know a lot of us Asians, when we pursue an artistic career, our parents don't often support us. They often push us towards the sciences, doctor, engineer, etc. So that's really refreshing to hear.
The conventional route.
Yes,
yeah.
Exactly. So I'm sure you get asked this a lot. Where is your Australian accent?
Good night, Mike. Just kidding. That was so bad. No, I actually got rid of it 2 years into moving here. I remember entering the US. I remember being so fascinated. I was like, oh my gosh, you only hear this in movies.
Yes.
And now right here, I'm a foot away, and then I hear the American accent, and I just found it so cool. And I really wanted to assimilate into American culture. So we expedited the process, and sooner or later, I gradually got rid of it intentionally. And now I kind of regret it.
What is a misconception you had about your profession that didn't turn out to be true? And then what did turn out to be true?
Well, I guess growing up, like my own perceived misconception in the entertainment industry, I thought like stepping in the industry like would be an easy feat. Like you post a video on YouTube and then bam, you become viral overnight.
Right.
Like Justin Bieber, for example. Turns out like it's not always sunshine and rainbows. It's a lot more challenging than you would think. You know, if you're just looking at it like on the surface level, I guess. But it's a journey that you have to navigate towards. But it's part of it. It definitely puts things into perspective, and it really grounds you. And I mentioned earlier, it's a test. To see how badly you want it. Because if it's truly a passion, and regardless of how difficult the journey is, knowing that drive will help you get through all those obstacles. I just feel like a lot of people think that it's so easy being an artist. It kind of ties into my own misconception that like you just post a video, like you hit the record button, you sing, and that's it. I mean, like it depends on the route that you're taking. I mean, like if you're just doing it for fun, like a hobby, then yeah, you record, you sing, and you post. But to those who are trying to pursue it like seriously and professionally, there's so much more to it. It's a multifaceted thing. These days, people, have developed that awareness of the industry. I feel like people aren't as ignorant, so which is a good thing. Yeah.
Right. What do you enjoy about your job, and what qualities attributed to your success?
I think like just the creative process behind it. Being able to connect with my own self and with others, through my music. Because storytelling is such a powerful tool, and that's basically what music is. Music is just so universal. It doesn't matter what language you're singing in. Like I could be singing like a song to a crowd that doesn't even understand the language, but they still feel it. And then going back to the whole creative process, it's such a gratifying moment, and in many cases quite healing as well. Really taking the time to absorb the process, the journey to the end result, rather than being so hyper fixated on the end result itself. I mean, obviously, once all is said and done, and then you've reached the outcome of the goal. Obviously, it's a very fulfilling moment, but don't forget what it took to get there. I feel like being nice goes a long way, and I consider myself a nice person. Sometimes a bit too nice, to the point where I feel like because of that attribute, people have taken advantage of that. But I'm still myself. I mean, I don't want to be someone that I'm not to appease or cater to other people's needs, whatever. But I just try to find that balance between me being who I am, but also knowing to advocate for yourself when needed.
I think a lot of us Asian Americans struggle with that, advocating for ourselves and standing up for ourselves.
Yeah, because growing up, our culture has always taught us that we need to suppress our emotions.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and never.
But don't be too opinionated.
Yes, and never talk back to authority.
Yeah, because you cause drama. It's too complicated.
Exactly, you're gonna ruin the family name.
Exactly. Because our culture, it's a very collectivist mindset.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to hear that you are pushing back against that.
Again, just finding that happy medium.
Yes. I actually have one more question that I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
So, as I mentioned earlier, I don't see a lot of Asian American Australian musicians. How do you handle, or do you deal with any hurdles being Asian American and pursuing music in America?
I've had my fair share of discrimination where I've lost many opportunities because of my background, my identity, and also being LGBT, being openly gay male. I feel like that has affected me in several ways. It's definitely gotten better now. Again, now that we're more educated about it, people aren't as ignorant, and overall our society, we become more open-minded. So that's good. It's definitely becoming a better and safer place for us artists, regardless of where you're from, to be able to safely and freely express your artistry.
So I want to thank you so much for sitting with me on SoCal Asian Connections series of career interviews.
I know you mentioned that this was the first, so I hope this will inspire the rest of the board, and then also SAC members as well, to get this train rolling.
Yeah, thank you again for sharing your story with us. We learned so much through you. You are inspiring as one of very few Asian American musicians that I know. So Asian Australian or
Asian Australian American.
Asian Australian American musicians that I know. So thank you again.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much, Cindy, and the rest of SAC for having me here, giving me the opportunity to talk more about my journey as an artist. And again, check out my music and other parts of my life. Follow me on my social media platforms, theoneDNA, THEONE DNA, on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all that fun stuff. And catch you next time. All right, peace. Bye.